Hello and welcome to another Project Falcon Punch Top 5 of 2017. I'm your host Dan, and with me today I have Steve.
Hello.
Steve is back.
Indeed.
Giving us your top 5 of the year.
Yeah.
How would you sum up your year of gaming in 2017?
Limited, but still good.
Okay, it's a running theme I feel like. Some people have been a bit busy. They've played the games they've wanted to play, but they've not played maybe every game they wanted to play. They've all like...
Yeah, definitely played the ones I wanted to play, bought the ones I wanted to buy, and kind of spent as much time as I can on them, but...
Are there any games that perhaps you wish you put more time in that haven't made the list because of it?
Yes, pretty much. There is a couple. Zero Dawn, Halo Wars 2... But yeah, no, there is definitely a few games.
Okay, then we'll just go straight into it, Steve. What is your number 5 pick?
I'm going to change it now again.
Oh, you've changed it?
I'm going to change it again,
Change it on the fly?
On the...
No behind the scenes thing. I know that Steve's been contemplating his top 5 for a while. I think you've had your top 5, but you've been changing positions a lot.
Yeah. I'm going to change it last minute. PUBG.
Okay, yeah. PlayerUnknown'S Battlegrounds, number 5.
Yeah, number 5. It is good. There's a lot of issues. We played the Xbox version, don't we? We haven't got the PC.
Yes.
The Xbox version's got a lot of issues, like vehicle issues and...
Lag.
Yeah, lag.
Dropouts.
Pop, like kind of popping of the graphics and so on and whatever. But generally, it's a bloody good game. And you know that's my kind of game, my kind of like realism, shooters and so on.
Teamwork.
It might not quite look like that when you read further down my list. But yeah, I think that'll pip number 5 for me now. That's knocked Cuphead out of 5th.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
so you got Cuphead as the honorary number 6 spot.
It is now, yeah. It's kind of...
We've done a whole video on PUBG, so we probably don't need to add too much. It's pretty much in the same boat as we were before.
Yeah, pretty much not much has changed. There's been an update or two, but...
Literally the only difference is you can now go in a team of 3. That was a thing that wasn't at launch.
Yeah.
The dropouts, I think, have stopped.
Slowed down, definitely. I've had it recently when I've been playing with others still.
It's a very noteworthy game of the year.
Yeah, and as I said, for me, it's just a bit more my cup of tea rather than Cuphead. Yeah. But that's why Cuphead was 5th, because it was so out there, and I didn't really expect to like it so much.
Okay, and Steve, what is your number 4?
My number 4 is Call of Duty World at War 2.
Oh, okay.
Or World War 2, not World at War.
I like this game.
We played it a lot when we first got it, and we haven't played it much lately, but there's been a lot of games coming out in the Christmas period and so on. It's got a very, very decent zombie mode. It's got a pretty decent multiplayer mode, I'd say.
Yeah.
And generally, the single player is good as well.
Yeah.
I've struggled to say that about the Call of Duty for a little while.
We did a video on this as well.
Yep.
And I think since that video, my opinions have changed a little bit. I think that the zombie mode... No, I actually think for better. When we first did that recording, I didn't like the multiplayer as much, so I feel like I've warmed to it more.
Yeah, definitely.
The campaign, since finishing it, I think it's better than what I thought when it started.
And I still haven't finished it as well, so I'm not massively single, I'm more multiplayer. But...
And I think the zombies, I remember thinking that was easily the best one, and I think it's pretty good.
I played, 4 hours on one game?
4 hours on one
match.
Game.
That was ridiculous.
That was mental.
It was just one of those ones where you just would not put it down. No. And it's still looking back at you thinking, how did we spend 4 hours on it? And you think about it, you don't really play 4 hours on some games, really. Let alone one game mode and one match, in fact. So I've got to give it its dues, and it's very, very good. I'm just looking at my collection of Call of Duties now, but you look at the kind of different ones it's comparing with is Ghosts. Didn't really like it that much. Advanced Warfare, really did not like that one. Black Ops 2, that was alright. 3, sorry. Infinite Warfare I haven't got. I'd be lying if I didn't say I definitely enjoyed it a lot, so that's why I put it at 4.
Okay, Steve, what have you got for number 3?
Destiny 2.
Whoa, that's surprising. The reason why I'm saying it's surprising, people, is because I thought this would be Steve's number 1. So, and I'm really interested to hear what his number 2 and 1 is, but before we get to that, what can you say that you love about Destiny 2?
Out of all of our little group of people who play online, I probably play Destiny 2 the most by far. And I think I've got the highest level by far as well. And it's very similar to Destiny 1, which is not a bad thing, because I love Destiny 1 anyway.
Yeah.
And one of the games I'm looking forward to the most this year, which is quite similar to Destiny, is Anthem. Yes. If it comes out. I'm not quite that confident it will, but but if it does. And it's that kind of very different to my normal kind of game. Destiny 2 followed a lot along the lines of Destiny 1, so it hasn't changed a lot. As I said, not a bad thing, but it would be nice just to get a few more tweaks and maybe a couple of new areas, because again, you've got 4 main planets to look at. You had 4 main planets in the last one. One of them was Earth. This is Earth. I do prefer this Earth version anyway. And I must admit, the raid on this is really good. I know we've not completed it, which is pretty poor on our side, but what we did play with it, we played with 4 hours of that, and we got about halfway. That was as soon as that raid came out. So no one knew what to do. There was no spoilers up there. There was no videos or anything like that.
I'd like to go back, do it again.
I'd definitely. Yeah, and if you're listening.
I liked and didn't like that it was so much easier to get rarer weapons in this.
Yeah, it is.
Which makes them less rare, I guess.
Yeah, I think you had a exotic in the first few hours of playing the game.
Yeah.
I really liked it. The graphics were still good. It's solid gameplay. Story I still couldn't give a shit about that much.
I'll agree, but I think that the...
Crucible I didn't mind. And
that's the one thing that I think is way worse than Destiny 1.
Well, I played a fair bit of Crucible on Destiny 1.
I
probably played more on this one, and there's 1 or 2 maps on this new one which are really good, and they've brought a few of the good ones over from the last one. There's a new one, the one from the raid. They've made that into a Crucible level, and that's really, really good. I played more Crucible on this so far than I did on Destiny 1. It's more for me for its PvE and raid and whatever so on.
Yeah, that's the Destiny hook.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright,
but that's free.
What is your number 2 then?
Ghost Recon Wildlands.
Okay.
Going a little bit early in the year this is.
Yeah, this is back in like March, wasn't it?
Yeah. I just can't fault it. It's just a really good open world kind of shooter.
It was mainly me and you. We played it a bit with Andy as well. Our friend Andy, who played 3-player, but it was just mainly me and you who played 2-player through this, and the world's just so fun to explore.
Yeah, exactly. And the helicopters fly really well. The bases are quite cool. Try and attack, and you can actually attack them in any way you want. If someone's not brought that game and they're into shooters and so on, I definitely recommend giving it a go. And we had one of our funniest ever.
Oh, well, let's play
the helicopter. Remember you trying to snipe someone across the
that bit.
flat?
Yes. Oh yeah. Sorry,
and
that
you
bit.
were trying to snipe someone, and I was in a helicopter as I usually was.
Yeah.
I helped you get rid of him, and it was just from your view was by far better than mine.
Just trying to snipe that guy, and then you just come in the helicopter.
Absolutely.
There are loads of moments like that where just like they're not scripted. They're just all dynamic in the world. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Zelda Breath of the Wild in that way, where there's you just got this world to explore, and you just like you're given the tools to just use like
whatever you
sandbox.
Want. And this is the thing as well. It makes me want to play it again now. God damn it. Really annoying me now. Also, if you think about the size of that game.
Oh yeah, it's huge.
How many different areas? Because I was doing the map and I was doing like the next missions and I was marking them all for us, weren't I?
Yeah.
How much time did we spend doing main missions, let alone any side missions?
Yeah, we did.
Main missions, and there was just so much.
I feel like most multiplayer games we don't care about the story at all. And I'll admit that the majority of this story is just whatever.
I did like the bad guy though. I'll stop you there.
Yeah, and that's what I'm gonna say. It's like you have these different cartels, these different drug lords you got to take down, and you do have like these story beats that you go through.
Their own individual ones.
Yeah,
and you've got the main one, but I thought the characters generally were quite cool.
I won't spoil it for people if they do want to play it. But do you remember the cool twist towards the end?
Yes, I did.
That came out of nowhere, and I thought that was really cool.
That was very cool.
As hard as that last level was, easily the hardest level in the game.
And that mission there, that last mission, I think gave you 20 minutes to do it.
Yeah.
And it's quite often they'll give you that sort of ridiculous amount of time, and you never use all of that. But the distance we had to travel and what we came across, and as you said, we won't really spoil it for anyone who wants to play it, but what you go through to get to the last boss, and it was quite tight on time still. I think we had a few minutes left. It was absolutely quality, but no, I really enjoyed that, and I do fancy playing it again, Dan.
Okay, so I think I know what your number 1 might be, but I'm still not totally sure. So go on, Steve.
What do you reckon it's going to be?
I'll let
you'll get it.
I think your number 1 is Resident Evil 7.
Yes. I've only played it that one time when we got it.
Yeah.
But it might be also down to the way it was played and stuff, because we played it through the late end of the day and early evening and early hours of the morning, weren't we?
Yeah, next day, yeah.
Did we? No, we finished it the next day,
next
didn't
morning,
we?
yeah, we did, yeah.
And we played pretty much in a darkened room. There's 3 of us, and it was. But graphically, it was great. It was spooky. It was such a different way of Resident Evil to work.
It went back to its roots of having like one sort of main area that you go backwards and forward between, solving puzzles. Yeah. But it also has the old item management, like you go into the boxes and you.
It's just very, very good, and it's very rare, I would say, that I actually take any note of a storyline. But that one I did, and I think one of the boss fights in there was fantastic. The one with you in the garage, I think it's pretty much the first boss fight you have with the old boy. Yeah, and there is different ways. I don't know if you're aware that you can.
Yeah, you can run him over, or he runs you over. Yeah. Like that can play out so many different ways, which I think is really cool.
Really, really cool. And I thought the family was wicked.
Yeah,
I thought all the characters had their own
unique aspect to them.
Yeah,
like every member of the family was so memorable. And the beginning part, not a big fan of the linear. It's scary. It's fun. Like it's let's play sort of.
When you get out with the camera and all that shit.
Yeah, and then like your wife is chasing you up the stairs, and it's all like that, and then you're getting chased by the bloke with the big hammer, and you've got no weapons. The first hour I think is very reminds me about Outlast, and I'm not a fan of Outlast. The rest of the game is just like pure fucking. Once that game gets going, it fucking gets its hooks in you.
I don't know about you. You actually feel vulnerable as a character, especially early on. Yeah. Because I think there was one stage, and I think it was Ben playing it. He was getting chased by the woman, and she stabbed him through the hand, and you think, oh shit, you're dead, but he's not dead. And do you know what I mean? It's quite rare you'll get quite injured and so on, or I don't know. It's really hard to describe.
Do you know that you can get your foot cut off in the game? And we didn't have that.
No.
You can get your foot cut off in the game, and you're like bleeding out, and then they put you back together, and you have like staples on your foot.
Really?
There's things like that in that game that I think is so cool that most people wouldn't even see.
Yeah, but I better say, because we have never saw anything.
There's
like
loads
that.
of other things.
So
like
we had
that.
the hand, didn't we?
Yeah, I think the hand part is scripted.
Yeah. See, that's just cool though, isn't it? It's a very, very different kind of game. But
definitely.
Generally, that's my top 5. I know it's very, very different went to, because obviously there's no Nintendo games in there or anything like that.
Yeah, you Nintendo hater, you.
I know.
No, you played some Nintendo games this year, though.
Yeah, I'd say I fancy playing Mario Odyssey. I'm not a massive fan of Zelda, so Puyo, I love Puyo. Want to play that. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is good.
Yeah. Splatoon 2 you enjoyed as well, actually.
Splatoon 2. ARMS I didn't mind. Yeah. No, but there weren't games that I haven't got on the Switch.
That probably doesn't help, yeah.
Exactly, they're not games I've played enough to say, you know what, that's in my top 5.
Yeah, sure. No, I get it. Yeah. Okay, well, cheers for doing this with me, Steve.
That's alright.
This is your first one you've done with me, actually, on Falcon Punch.
I never know where the videos are going to go when you put them. That's a bit odd.
Where are you going to put the video, Dan?
Yeah, I never ask.
Where can people find you on Twitter, Steve?
Huh?
Steve doesn't have Twitter. Okay, no. I'll put a couple of videos up on screen right now to link into videos that Steve's been in, namely the Ghost Recon one and the... What was the one that we did? PUBG, that's the one. Yeah, Current Conversation, yes. Watch that.
Indeed. Well, all good.